Academy Award.
This is a Chevy Corvette Z06, and it's just about the best performance car bargain in existence.
You're damn right, dog. This is General Zod, and it's my most prized possession. My Corvette C6 Z06, the last of a dying breed, 7 liters and 505 horsepower in stock form. And in my opinion, I think it is the most beautiful modern Corvette. The C7's a close second, and it would be the first if they only finished the rear end of the car. It's about 60% black plastic. But then the C8 comes along, and it is cool, and the C8 Z06 is going back to its roots with a naturally aspirated V8. But it's not for me. It doesn't look like a Corvette. It looks like a budget Ferrari. It reminds me of the Chrysler 300. Remember when people made fun of the 300 for being a fake Rolls Royce?
Well, if God done bless you with a Chrysler 300, be happy you got a Chrysler 300. Stop walking around talking about I got it because it looked just like a Phantom. No, it looked like a Chrysler 300.
Well, I can laugh at this as a former Chrysler 300 owner myself. But the C8 is a fake Ferrari. Now, all the non-C8 owners can argue amongst yourselves in the comment section. It's the car I've owned the longest and loved the most. As a matter of fact, when I drove a Tesla for the first time several years ago, guess who was there first? The General. When I sold my 700 horsepower Audi RS7, guess who was still there? The General. My daughter was 2 weeks from being born, and I decided, you know what? I need a sports car. Now, everyone came down on me and said, why are you spending all this money on a sports car when you have a family? This is your third child. You need a minivan to haul them around. Well, the Z06 represents me. I vowed to never let anything get in the way of my passion for cars. Yes, even kids.
You're doing a good job, buddy. See, all the water's going away.
Dad said we have to eat ramen noodles because he just bought a sports car.
Guess what? Some kids don't have a dad or ramen, but mostly I bought the car because of my mother. Now, she's always loved sports cars, and when she was younger, she saved all of her money to put down on a Corvette. But she got sick, and when she went to the doctor, they told her she was sick because she was pregnant with me. And as a result, she never got that Corvette. And I vowed, since that day, I would own a Corvette as a tribute to my mother. She's actually the one that got me into LS cars too, and if you like my mom and you like LS cars, we partnered with eBay Motors to race Ice-T, the LS-powered Tesla versus a regular Tesla. Head over to their YouTube channel right now to check it out. We teamed up with eBay Motors a while back to put Ice-T to the ultimate test ahead of an upcoming episode of Between Two Rides. You might want to check that out.
Hey, you want to do some donuts?
Can I?
Yes.
First donut, figure eights, in the V8 Tesla? Maybe.
I mean, you're going to be the first, yeah.
Let's do it. I'm down. I'm going to break her in. Hey, if it breaks, you told me to do it.
Yeah, I
Just
did.
saying.
Yo! Wait, can we get normal donuts too? Krispy Kreme?
And by might, I mean you definitely want to check that out. Now, as time went on, I started a YouTube channel, and I never really talked about the car anymore because I started talking about Teslas, and well, it became more of an EV-focused channel, so the car was neglected. It sat for years while I made Tesla content, and well, the car started to fall apart. General Zod would just sit there in silence while everyone else had fun.
My turn. Woo!
So over the last few years, the car sat for so long, things were just breaking. I had to replace the clutch, and while I was there, I added an electric water pump, a new exhaust, a new transmission upgrade, ported heads, shoe union kit, double springs, ported intake, ERL short block with drive sleeve, ports pistons, custom cam, twin disc clutch, long tube headers, a new intake, all kinds of crazy stuff. How much did I spend? Yes. So I decided to give my favorite blue car a shot, and yes, I like this C6 Z06 more than the Porsche 911 with the plaid interior that you aren't ready for, but we're going to talk about that later. So my C6 is going through a tough time of being ignored for so long. It was crippling to even consider its restoration again. It was a damn near financial ruin, and vacationing in the public of debt isn't a place I want to be in, but cutting checks that you can't cash is nowhere to live. Fortunately, this Upstart. Yes, Upstart's the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, as it's literally all online with a 5-minute online rate check. You can see your rate up front, for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. Conveniently, this can cover the surprise expenses of these challenging times with the car that actually got me into cars and helped me get things back on track. I can do all of that without leaving the house. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/richrebuilds. And yes, of course, loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your application. Things might be chaos around here at times, but I'm good about maintaining my credit score. So head to upstart.com/richrebuilds. And don't forget to use that URL to let them know Uncle Rich directly sent you. Now, while the car was in storage, the keys were misplaced, so I had to drag the car up using a winch whenever I brought it somewhere. Here's the other problem. I don't have a tow vehicle to bring the Z06 anywhere. The dually's underpowered and needs work before it can tow anything, and the farm truck needs trailer brakes. It actually makes more sense for me to buy another vehicle and sell it just for this purpose. So, Constable George says he has something for sale that I might be interested in. Let's check it out. Constable George.
Well, this is another unfortunate mishap where someone doesn't pay their bills, and luckily we found somebody that's going to be right in step, Rich.
Look at this. Thank you, George.
You.
Thank you, George. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing.
Even the noise.
I feel like
makes
royalty.
it sound.
Look at this. It really is a great truck. You know, I love GM products, especially from the early 2000s.
Nice. EV swap it.
EV swap it? Yeah.
I'm thinking that'd be the way to go.
Yeah,
Those gas prices.
Yeah, I know. It's very high, these gas prices. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Valvoline real quick. Run it through. Haven't changed the oil. Fill some stuff up. It'll be great. I'll take it.
Perfect. It's yours.
Thanks, George. Okay, this truck is freaking massive. Every time I go over a bump, it starts rattling like crazy, but for the price that I paid, it's awesome. I have the middle seats removed, and it's actually decent power too. It's actually not that bad. I know it only gets like 8. Oh, you hear the vibrating already? Look at this. The chatter. It's chattering like crazy. This is a nice little tow rig, but everything's vibrating and flopping all over the place like a typical, 2000s GM product. But listen to that. The dash vibrates when you drive over something, but you know what? It's actually not that bad. I kind of like it. Listen to this. Look at that. If you like interior quality, this is not the vehicle for you, but I need another tow rig right now for obvious reasons. So let's get this fluids changed. You going? This is the most ghetto thing I think I've done in a while.
It's all right.
At least 45 minutes. Look at this. We did it. All right. Let's get it going, I guess.
You can eliminate the remote spot and put in new keys for her to walk and with everything. Power lock and shit. Or maybe leave it like that.
Get a good shot of my ass going in there.
I got you.
You got this.
E-Keys for Cars, the car key experts. Does it again.
Advertising. First things first, let's focus on some appearance modifications. The first thing I want to do is change some of this hardware. As you can see, those screws are kind of rusted after sitting outside for so long. I'm going to change those out with these nice black ones right here. Next thing I want to do is change these side markers. The side markers are from a company called Oracle, and Oracle is a really great LED lighting company. Unfortunately, I don't really have much luck with these at all. Every about a year and a half or so, a couple of these LEDs will burn out, and I have to end up buying a new set because it's past their 1-year warranty mark. Not only that, but these are about $350 or so for a full set of 4, which is getting kind of ridiculous. I can't keep buying a new set every year. So I got these off of Amazon. These give you the same look, but they're only $99. And because they're so cheap, I actually ended up buying a secondary set as well. Will they burn out? It doesn't matter because I have an easy set I could just swap these out with. What I'm gonna do, pop out the taillight, replace the hardware, and replace those side markers. Now that that's out, I'm gonna clean this debris out a little bit so it doesn't scratch the paint, remove that double-sided tape, and add some new tape there and then test it out. Now I think I know why these are so inexpensive. Now these lights, while they look really great when they light up, unfortunately, this is the wrong connector at the end. These are for a wedge style bulb, and that was not going to fit in there by any means whatsoever. So right here, I have the $325 set of lights. This is the correct connector. I have to cut this off and solder this pigtail onto this, unfortunately. Now I'm starting to understand why these are so expensive, but at the same time, I could save a whole bunch of money by cutting that off and transferring it to this one. I gotta say, this is a very, very, very clean underside of the car. One thing that's been bugging me for a while is this saggy exhaust. I'm sure you guys seen it in the video. One of the tips on the left just kind of sags down a little bit more than the other. That's due to an exhaust hanger popping out of place. So I actually put some PB Blaster on that already. What I'm gonna do is just slip that back on and hopefully get that exhaust back in the same place. But again, I mean, for a car that's had, you know, the last 10 years in the Northeast, this actually looks really great. This exhaust, not really sure what's going on right here. I don't think it's really covering up anything, so I'll be cutting that off. Next, the exhaust clamps. There's hardly any exhaust leaking past those clamps. Those are on pretty well. Front lip is really what I'm here to change right now. So that front lip looks absolutely awful. So that's removed. This is the condition of the lip. This thing was actually terrible. Now that I have that trashy front lip off, the next step is actually to remove the front bumper of the car. Why, you ask? Because I'm actually putting in new headlights. What a lot of people do is replace these with black headlights, or they take the lens off and restore the lens and put them back on. I think these headlights look great. However, I did want to switch up the look. So I'm actually gonna switch to a newer C7 style headlight. Okay, that was nerve-wracking. This seems like the most barbaric way to remove a headlight. Thank you, GM, for this amazing design. But I didn't want to go too hard because this fender is actually made of all carbon fiber, and on eBay, these go for about $850 used. So I'm glad I didn't scratch it. So I removed this headlight, and oh, look. Listen, what's in here? There was a nest in there. Those are all nuts from trees. Look at this. All these nuts.
Got it!
Now to move on to one part of the car that annoys me the most, the exhaust tips are not even. The one on the left-hand side actually droops a little bit compared to the right-hand side. So let's go on the bottom of the car and figure out why. If you look here, one of the hanger bolts fell down. But even when I push this up, it doesn't make much of a difference. It doesn't make a difference on the angle and the tilt, because once that goes up, this right-hand side will still droop a little bit more. What I have to do is I have to go back a little bit further. It's actually the exhaust band clamp. So I actually started spraying this with PB Blaster already. Once I undo this, this should be able to slip a little bit more and actually adjust the exhaust. Nice and easy, all right. That's coming off pretty decently. There we go, look at that. Look at that. That could adjust now. So now, let me get this bolt in. I haven't driven this car in so long. I know I have a lot to finish, but I just want to go for a drive. I just want to drive it. I just want to drive it. So I'm going to finish all the stuff after I go for just one drive. One drive. Please, one.
One drive.
One drive.
What was that?
I think there's more of them over here too.
There's got to be more.
Yeah.
We'll find a chunky transaxle around somewhere.
Is that it? Oh, what's that?
That
there you
is
go.
Whatever broke.
All right. Oh, piece over there too.
Yep. Oh, that was your second gear slam right there.
Oh boy.
Keep going, Rich.
Yeah, another piece. Let's see. There's that.
I got 4 so far.
All right.
There's 5.
Oh wait, no, that's an axle.
Oh yeah.
That's an axle.
Okay, axle.
Axle blue.
Axle
cool.
blue.
Wow, this was fun. Look at this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. Guess the part. Gotta guess. Camshaft? No. Axle.
Axle.
There we go.
Oh my God.
I found the weakest link.
Let's do it.
Look at these. Look at these strong men. I'm pretty hot in here, man. There's no AC.
Why'd you line up with a lift?
There's no AC. Oh, well, there's definitely the axle. Oh, it blew a brake. Oh, it took a brake line with it. Oh, oh my. Whoopsie. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, I see. I've been thinking about our carbon footprint, Stephen, and I think that, well, mostly my carbon footprint because you have an electric car. I think I would like to decrease my carbon footprint, and I want to tow the Z06 to its next location. It has to go to a few other places to get painted and stuff, and I want to tow it there. And I don't want to tow it with a diesel truck. I want to tow it with an electric truck.
I see.
I want to tow it with a Rivian, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So, should I buy one? You know I can't afford a Rivian, Stephen, you know that. So I think...
This is a weird way to ask to borrow one. But...
Yeah, Stephen, instead of borrowing yours, maybe, just maybe, we could win one. There's a C-Can raffle.
I see.
Ah, see where this is going, right? There's a raffle, you can win a Rivian. Your odds of winning are actually very high. And I like winning.
Ever in your favor.
Ever. May the odds be ever in your favor. Our friends over at the C-Can Action Fund are going to make this happen for us because they did a very rare thing, Stephen. They actually went out and they bought a Rivian.
Most places are like, yeah, you can win a Rivian, yay. But this place actually has a Rivian on hand you could actually win. Or if you don't want a Rivian, which you should, you could spend up to $135,000 on a Tesla. But you should get a Rivian instead because...
So when the raffle's over, you'll get the Rivian immediately. There's no waiting.
There's no waiting. There's no like... So like, you know...
Nowhere else you can get one this fast right now.
There's some other raffles that are raffling cars that don't exist yet. For those watching this, get your tickets at evraffle.com. That's evraffle.com, and you could win a Rivian or a Tesla.